Our focus for today is going to be the centroid. I'm only going to have you guys do two constructions. One of them, I'm going to ask you guys to construct the median of a triangle. Right. For each triangle, you're going to construct the median given a triangle. And then for the other construction, you're going to locate the centroid of each triangle. Again, given just a triangle. Now, on your homework, don't forget that I need you to do two constructions, two examples of each. So for the first one, for each triangle, construct the median. You're going to do two different examples. Keyword here, different. Two different examples. All right, so don't give me the same construction twice. Two different examples. For the centroid, again, two different examples as well. Now for compass and straight edge, I can give you guys this link. This is the app, the website that I'm using for my lectures. You guys can use that as well. You guys prefer papered and pencil, then you guys will have to you guys need a compass and straight edge. Straight edge mean a ruler. So you guys will need that, but you guys will need to take pictures of your work. Now, if you need help, here's this little app that can show you guys how to do constructions as well. Keyword here, well, key phrase here. Don't forget to submit two examples for each construction. Okay. So two different examples. So let's take a look. The first one, for each triangle, construct a median. I want to use this link, and it's going to take me here. So given a triangle, right? So I know for a triangle, so I'm going to come out with 3 points. Oh, okay, let me erase this. Clear this out. So I'm just going to draw 3 points. 1, 2, and 3. You guys see my 3 points there? And I'm going to connect these. Because remember in the instruction says given a triangle. So, okay, so I started with a triangle. So just like last week, in black, I'm going to have everything that is given. I said given a triangle. So there we go. We see it. Now in blue, I'm going to switch to blue. In blue, I'm going to have my work. Okay, so now the median, what I'm looking for in here, for one of the sides, right? There's 3 sides on the triangle. For one of the sides, let me find the midpoint, right? The point in the middle for one of the sides. Let me remind you guys of something that we did last week. I'm going to freestyle my work here in this one. But remember how last week we had a segment. One of the works that we did last week, we call the perpendicular bisector. We had a segment, and then we were able to find another segment, another line that crossed 90 degrees in the middle. Remember that? We did the perpendicular bisector. Remember, crosses 90 degrees through the middle. So I'm going to use that idea to find the midpoint. So let me erase this. Let me change this to black again. I don't want to erase this. So okay, that was erasing. No, I don't want that erased. So, okay, so again, I want to find the midpoint, and I'm going to follow the idea of perpendicular bisector. So let me change this to blue. I'm going to choose a side. So I'm going to choose this side right here. I'm going to choose a side and find the point in the middle. I have a rough idea where the middle is, but I'm going to make my pencil to more than the middle. Let me lock this here. So I'm going to draw a big arc right here. Now let me move my compass to the other end. And let me draw a big arc right here. So basically, I was just looking at the side, this side right here, this side at the bottom. I did those two arcs. Let me make a little segment that connects my two intersections. This intersection, not there. This intersection to this intersection at the bottom. And the reason why I did that is because this point right here, that's my midpoint. Because remember, that segment crosses at 90 degrees through the middle. I just wanted to find the midpoint. Now, in red, let me do my final work. I'm ready to draw a median here. The median, what a median is connecting a midpoint of a side. So we can see the side, connecting the midpoint, so this midpoint, with the opposite corner. So I'm just gonna connect, so in red, let me go this midpoint. I'm gonna connect it to this opposite corner. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we call a median. So again, I just chose, going back to what I did, I chose a side, right? I had a triangle and I chose a side. Now looking at this side, I wanted to find the midpoint. So I did the perpendicular bisector, right? This other segment here, because it crosses at 90 degrees through the middle. I did a perpendicular bisector just so I'll be able to find the midpoint of this side. Now my median is this midpoint connected to the opposite corner. Okay, that helped you guys out. Let's take a look at my next construction. Remember, you gotta do two of each. So the first construction, you gotta do two of that. Now the second construction, it says locate the centroid of each triangle. You're given a triangle. So again, let me come back to here. So you're given a triangle. Okay, so let me just draw a triangle. I'm gonna use this thing for sides. Let me go there. So given a triangle, I just drew a triangle, right? In black, again, is what is given. And it said it was given a triangle. Now in blue, let me do my construction, my work. Now, we just talked how to do a median. Now for my centroid, let me find two medians. Okay, so what do I mean with that? Let me choose this side right here at the bottom. So I'm gonna put the non-pencil part right there at the corner. I have a rough idea where the center of my segment is, right? Somewhere about here. About, keep in mind I said about. So it's about there. So what I'm gonna do, let me open my pencil to more than half. Right, that's definitely more than half. Let me lock my pencil here. So now let me do an arc. Let me move my non-pencil to this other corner. Notice I locked it so that way the aperture of my compass doesn't move. And let me do an arc there. Remember, in order for you to do the arc, press and hold right here where the black thing is, right? Press and hold, and then you can just turn it around. Okay, so now let me connect a segment from here to this intersection. And let me connect in red. Let me take the compass out. This midpoint, I'm gonna connect it with the opposite corner. So that's one median. I said I was gonna do two. So now, let me go back to blue because I'm gonna do my work here. I'm gonna choose another segment. Let me unlock this compass. Let me unlock this. So now I'm gonna choose this other segment. So I have an idea where the middle is, right? A rough idea is about here. So I'm gonna open my pencil to more than half. That's more than half. Now let me lock this. So I'm gonna do an arc. There and there. Let me move my pencil to this other corner. Let me do my arc there. Now if I connect this intersection with this other intersection, I find my midpoint. Okay. But let's get back to what I was doing here. So I found this segment. I drew a perpendicular bisector because I wanted to find what's the center, what's the midpoint of that segment. I'm gonna connect this midpoint with the opposite corner. So this corner right here. Now, the centroid, let me do this pencil part. The centroid is the point where two medians intersect, the point where the two medians meet. I can draw the third median. And as a matter of fact, all three medians are going to meet at the same point, but two medians is enough. I'm gonna do this circle. I'm gonna do there. I'm gonna call that C for centroid. It's the one point where two medians intersect. Okay, now you guys might be wondering, what's the importance of a centroid? Imagine that you construct it, right? You build this out of wood, out of plastic, glass, whatever. The centroid is the center of gravity. So if you build a triangle and you set it up at a pointy thing, so you could put a pencil, as long as you set the pencil right at the centroid, that should hold the triangle standing because that is the center of gravity. So the way I was able to find the centroid, I found two medians. Remember, a median, to find the first median, I found the midpoint of a segment and I connected to opposite corner. Then I look at another side, I found the midpoint and I connected to the opposite corner. So I found two medians. The one point where my medians intersect, that is what we call centroid.